Okay, let's dive straight into this. You know, there's this massive misconception out there that stepping into a spiritual life means things have to get incredibly serious. Like you suddenly have to be perfectly stoic and rigid all the time. Well, in today's explainer, we're looking at some beautiful source material that completely shatters that assumption. We're going to explore the divine playfulness of a revered saint, Maharaji, and his absolutely heartwarming viral interactions with some very little devotees.
Think about it. We usually carry this heavy expectation of what a master looks like, a stern, unsmiling guru handing down these incredibly dense philosophical lectures. But the reality? The reality captured in a recent, widely shared moment at Sri Radha Kili Kunj is just an absolute joy to watch. Instead of a stiff sermon, we get a hilarious, lighthearted roast session with young kids. It's this fascinating, behind-the-scenes look at the authentic joy of a truly liberated soul.
So the crucial part of this whole interaction begins with a young, completely innocent devotee. Let's call him Jojo. He just innocently walks right up and asks the most unexpected question you could imagine. He says, "Maharajji, am I cute?" Now pause for a second. Most spiritual teachers might pivot here, right? Maybe give some deep, abstract answer about the eternal, formless nature of the soul.
But not Maharajji. He looks Jojo straight in the eye and delivers this fantastic, completely blunt punchline. No, you're not cute. I mean, the room absolutely loses it. Everyone just bursts out laughing. And why isn't Jojo cute? Well, as it turns out, Jojo had just admitted that he sleeps in until 10 a.m. every single day. So Maharajji playfully strips him of his cute status right there on the spot.
And this brilliantly illustrates how a master teacher actually works. This comedic banter, it's not just for laughs. Actually, scratch that. It's practically a Trojan horse. Maharaji is sneaking in a profoundly deep lesson about Brahma Muhurta, the highly auspicious early morning hours. Instead of giving a boring, heavy lecture on why waking up early is important, he's playfully teaching a child about daily discipline. He's showing that your spiritual life literally starts with how you begin your day, but he's doing it in a way that is utterly engaging and totally devoid of preachiness.
The conversation then transitions to a question that, honestly, we all probably struggle with at times. Jojo asks, what do we actually get out of Nam Jap, meaning the practice of chanting? It's such a relatable, real-world question, isn't it? He just wants to know the tangible, practical benefits of putting in the daily effort to chant.
Now, what's really interesting here is how Maharaji answers with this incredibly grounding three-step progression. He tells Jojo that this constant practice does three very specific things. First, it fixes the household. It actually brings harmony and order to your day-to-day life. Second, it brings deep inner peace. And third, it eventually fills you with anand, which is pure bliss. He's framing it not as some chore you have to check off a list, but as actual, transformative medicine for a genuinely happy life.
But of course, this seriousness doesn't last long, because the humor comes right back. Maharaji decides to tease Jojo just a little bit more about his future life path. He gives the kid two options. Is he going to become a Babaji, a monk, or is he going to get married? And without missing a single beat, Jojo enthusiastically announces that he is absolutely getting married.
Which leads to another absolute gem of a response. Maharaji says, "Who would even marry someone who sleeps until 10 a.m.? The entire room erupts in laughter all over again. And his witty teasing doesn't stop there. He jokingly threatens that he might have to put Jojo in yellow robes right then and there, just to finally straighten out his sleep schedule.
Following this hilarious exchange, there's a beautiful, joyous shift in the scene. The entire room, just totally inspired by the lightheartedness of it all, bursts into a lively bhajan. Specifically, they start singing a song called Radhika Gauri Se. This is a famous, incredibly joyous song all about Krishna's desire to marry Radha. Everyone is singing, clapping, and just completely immersed in this shared happiness.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core teachings of the Sri Hit Chaturasi Ji tradition. The tradition emphasizes exactly this, experiencing the amazing, playful love of the divine couple through song and absolute joy. It shows us that the ultimate fruit of spiritual wisdom isn't just dry, stoic knowledge. No way. It's exactly this kind of playful, joyous, and heartfelt belonging that we see lighting up that room.
Okay, let's slow down for just a second. We need to take a pause right here, because there is a hidden reality behind all this laughter. Everything we've seen so far has been so vibrant, so light, and so full of energy. But the source material reveals an incredibly powerful emotional twist about what Maharaji is actually experiencing physically behind that infectious, radiant smile.
Maharaji's daily reality is starkly, almost unbelievably different from the boundless joy he projects. The truth is, he is battling complete kidney failure. He has to undergo dialysis every single day. He is constantly navigating severe, intense physical pain. When you contrast this immense medical burden with the bouncing joy and perfect comedic timing we were just talking about, it is truly staggering.
Yet, he never lets that pain reach his face when he is with these little devotees. He takes his own physical suffering and puts it completely aside to shower them with love, humor, and his pure, undivided attention. Because his spirit is, beautifully, completely anchored in the name of Radha. This level of selflessness commands profound respect. His joy isn't born from an easy life or from a lack of suffering. It is an incredible daily triumph over it.
So, synthesizing our core takeaway from all of this, true spiritual joy is exactly what we see modeled here. It's finding the divine in joy, in the innocence of a child, and in the simple, devoted act of waking up and offering a cheerful Radhe Radhe. You don't always need incredibly complex rituals. What you really need is a loving, laughing heart, one that has the profound capacity to maintain its warmth and light even when carrying immense physical or worldly burdens.
Which leaves us with a deeply provocative question today. Think about it. If a heart enduring such intense daily physical pain can radiate this much pure, unadulterated joy, what is stopping ours? Thank you for exploring this remarkable source material with me today. I really hope it leaves you deeply moved and inspired to find and share your own joy.